Good morning guys. Greetings from Tokyo, Japan.
Yes, good morning. It is time for a day trip today. We've been spending the last 2 weeks in Tokyo, surrounded by skyscrapers and concrete, and we thought we need a nature escape.
Yeah.
And Sam has been talking about Mount Takao, I feel like, for weeks, for days. It's been a long time.
I've been wanting to go hiking. I've been wanting to see the green side of Japan. So yeah, very pumped to be doing that today.
So yeah, that's the plan today. Mount Takao is about an hour west of Tokyo, so not too far, and we're planning to go spend the day there. Apparently there's also some street food that's really typical to the region. So yeah, let's do it. Let's go hop on the train.
Let's do it.
So we have now made it to Shinjuku and we are looking for the Keio Line.
That was an absolute sardine session. We visited during peak rush hour, and as you can see behind me, there are people going in and off of trains. Hopefully the next train that we catch won't be quite as busy though.
So yeah, that first train ride wasn't a lot of fun. We were stuffed like sardines, just pressed right against each other, but we had to get on. Thankfully, we were only traveling one stop. So now we're at Shinjuku, getting on the next train, and we're heading out of the city. So I have a feeling it should be less crowded. Fingers crossed.
You know what? That ride was only 381 yen.
Not expensive then.
Yeah, like maybe like 350 US. Great value. I mean, we're way outside of Tokyo at this point.
And it looks like we have a whole bunch of hikers ready for a day out in nature. We didn't quite dress the part, but we're excited to be here. So we are just walking through the town right now, trying to find some food options, but it appears that it is still too early. So yeah, I only had an apple for breakfast. I'm feeling pretty hungry. I was planning to eat here. So we're just gonna keep walking down this little main street a bit longer, see if we can find anything. But so far, I've only seen coffee and like little steamed buns. But that's not enough. I was hoping for something more substantial. We found a restaurant that opens at 10 a.m. that is just 15 minutes from now, and check out their menu. This looks like a wonderful breakfast. They have soba noodles, they have some rice dishes, they have fresh mountain veggies. This is gonna be lovely. We arrived just as they are opening. This is wonderful news.
We just had to, didn't we?
So here we have it. This is where we are having brunch. Have you guys decided what you want?
I haven't even seen the menu yet.
I'm torn between just tempura only or tempura with soba noodles. I think I'm gonna do both. I'm hungry. Tempura. How's it? Yeah.
Sam's already
We went to town, broski.
looks really good.
We went to town.
Nice work, guys.
So the food is here at the table, and I got a bowl with soba noodles, and you could ask for a hot or a cold broth. I got the hot one, and it comes with some chives and a little plate with mushrooms from the mountains. And
how appropriate considering we're hiking.
Yeah, and I think what she motioned for me to do was to like add these ingredients to the soup and mix it, and you can drink it all together. And over here, Sam's plate, you also have the same soba noodles and a hot broth. But you went for tempura.
The classic tempura, which I love.
I love. Really good.
I know. I think maybe I ordered the best thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Time to try that soba. First, I'm gonna try the soup here. Love the wooden spoons, by the way. These are just
Yeah.
awesome. I'd love to have a collection of these for our home someday. Oh yeah,
Slurps
that's
up.
nice. It's kind of a refreshing broth. It's warm. It's warm, but it's not like piping hot, which is nice. Check out these noodles, guys.
And I believe soba noodles are buckwheat noodles.
Those are nice. It tastes healthy.
Yeah, this is just an awesome start. Next thing for me to try is the tempura.
That's probably the best looking item on your little tray.
Oh, that's so nice. That is a piece of sweet potato. Ooh. Really sweet. Excellently done.
So that breakfast, lunch, brunch meal we had was wonderful. I love the setting. The food was really tasty. And my dish was 850 yen. Sam's dish was 1300 yen. So yeah, now that we have some food in our systems, we're gonna go up the mountain. All right guys, so when it comes to going up the mountain, we have two options. We can take the cable car, which apparently has the steepest slope in Japan, or we can take this two-seater lift, kind of looks like a swing. So maybe we'll do one on the way up and the other on the way down. We just got our tickets. You can buy round trip tickets or one way. We want to take the cable car up and the lift down. So yeah, we paid 480 yen per person. And now we have to wait about 10 minutes for the next departure. And here's the schedule for the cable car. It departs every 15 minutes. So that's a pretty good frequency. Now we're going to show you the views that we get once you reach the top. So it turns out the cable car only brings you so far, so now we have to walk about 40 minutes to the mountaintop. But along the way they have a whole bunch of little shops selling ice creams and little street food snacks, and you have souvenir stands. So yeah, you can take plenty of breaks along the way. And also, so far, the path has not been very steep at all. So yeah, it's just a pleasant walk. It's nice and shaded. We're in the middle of the forest. And I'm liking this. It's a nice little escape from Tokyo. We've been surrounded by these massive buildings and so many people for so long that this is actually a really nice nature escape. Are you up for a challenge, Sam?
You know what? Those look like some steep steps.
How many stairs do you think
No idea.
those are?
We'll be burning off our brunch.
I'd say at least 100.
Time to find out my physical prowess.
No, that's not what you lift. You gotta lift the stone.
Oh, I see.
There you go. You did well. Oh, okay.
Update.
Made it to the summit of Mount Takao.
Yeah.
That took us way longer than 40 minutes. Maybe it's because we were filming and taking photos and like visiting temples.
I think it's more so because we're out of shape.
Could be, but we climbed 599.15 meters.
Good job.
What's this? Oh, high five.
High five.
But you know what? Maybe we walked up even less because we did take the cable car.
Yeah, I'm sure we did.
So we must have to deduct a certain amount. So time for another snack. I believe this is called Tengu Yaki. At least that's what the sign said. And we paid 140 yen for these. And we've had something similar before.
Yeah, they're
It's
normally
kind of
shaped like a fish, right?
Yeah, like a pancake fish. But this looks like an angry bird, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna break it in half and we can see what's going on in here. So just breaking it apart so you guys can see what's in the middle. Wow. And it looks like bean paste. Wow. Bean paste. And we saw them preparing them fresh in front of us. But this one is not warm. This one's been sitting out there for a while. Yeah, it's kind of like a pancake or waffle batter and like sweet bean paste. But I really like these when they're freshly made, you know, still warm.
And
one's okay.
I remember the first time you tried sweet bean paste and you didn't like it. But you're becoming more of a fan these days. A bit more.
I prefer when the paste is a bit smoother. This one's really chunky and you can see the beans.
Yeah. And how much were they?
140 yen.
Yeah, so it's a really good value, just over $1 US buck.
Now it is time for ice cream. I have no idea what flavor the orange side is. It just said mixed. So I know I've got vanilla and something else going on. I kind of hope it's
flavor.
mango, but I don't think it will be. But yeah, let's dig in because it's starting to melt. And this is really good. It kind of reminds me of like some tropical nutty fruit, but I have no idea what it is. I just can't identify it, but it's super refreshing. It's got a nice fancy
mystery
little cone.
Ingredients.
Yeah, this is just really nice on a sunny day like today.
Yeah, yeah.
So our next dessert here.
Yeah, and last but not least, we have a matcha cheese tart. So they had regular cheese tarts, but we saw the matcha ones and we're like, oh, we gotta get those.
Yeah.
And they just come in this nice little shell. And as you can see, the matcha section with the cheese looks really thick. So yeah, interested to try those.
And the price was 250 yen.
It's a good price. Oh, wow. It's fascinating. There's like several different layers here. You taste the matcha, but you also taste a really strong like cheese filling as well.
And so, what's that dark color there?
I believe that is a bit of red bean paste. So I think you've got like a trifecta of flavors going on all at once. It's delicious.
All right, guys. So we are now ready to head down Mount Takao. We just got our tickets from a little vending machine. 480 yen per person. Here we are on this like ski lift chair swingy thing.
You know, the more I've been on it now, like I'm totally relaxed, but when I first got on, I was like, oh my gosh, there's no like safety bar, there's no anything else. Yeah. But once you get like, your balance is so, I don't even know how to explain. Your balance is like, you're leaning back and you don't feel like you could fall forward. You actively have to try to fall off of this. Yeah. Yeah.
It's pleasant. We're going, like now that we've calmed down a bit,
we've chilled out.
We're just going through the forest.
This is really
enjoying the scenery.
I prefer this to the first mode that we took up, for sure. This is the cool. This is really cool.
Yeah,
this one.
I guess this is more like a date activity
Yes.
because it's just the two of us on this swing.
Yep.
With the other one, it was just like a whole bunch of people
Yeah.
trying to get shots out of the window.
This is way better.
Oh yeah, this is nice. Also, we're really just enjoying the vegetation here. It's just very lush and green, and you have these towering trees that are probably hundreds of years old. It's just really, really beautiful, like being out in nature. I think we appreciate it even more just because we've been in Tokyo for so long now.
Yeah,
There's
definitely.
a bug trying to go
Definitely.
up my eye.
I know, there's a whole bunch of them swarming around at the moment.
So that is a wrap for our day trip to Mount Takao. We really had a good time here, I have to say, like not just nature, but also the different modes of transportation that you can take up and down the mountain, like the chairlift and the cable car, sampling all the food. It was just a really fun day out in nature. It was relaxing, it was tasty. So yeah, if you guys are spending a bit of time in Tokyo and you feel like you need a city break, this trip is super easy to plan. You can do it on your own, and I would highly recommend it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time with more food and travel adventures.